What's going on, everybody? I'm Shav. This is the Dollar Tree. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when we upload a new video. Okay, a little bit of a different format today. Yes, we're going to be premiering and streaming this because this will give you guys an opportunity to kind of like flow through the chat. You know, I could look through the chat, point out some questions if there are any, and of course after this video, you know, we'll talk about that. But I have my trusty phone here because there are a list of subjects that I would like to go over and talk about with you guys in this video, especially with Bitcoin being over, you know, $34,000. Well, not currently, probably as you're watching this video, it's back down to around 31, 32, but new all-time highs once again for Bitcoin. And then you have Ethereum. You have Ethereum at it fell slightly short from that $1,000 per Ethereum price point. At 977, currently like 909 or something like that. It pulled back since then. Big price pump out of Ethereum. So yeah, it's just a bunch of things that I want to go over with you guys. Nothing crazy. Couple comments or a few comments I've seen on some videos, things like that. But let's start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. As you know, well, let me go through the price as of the making of this video. Let me bring it up right now. All right. So right now, the price is $32,785. All right, $609 billion market cap. Listen, we getting there. The total market cap right now on this app that I'm using is $886 billion in total market cap, with 7,546 cryptocurrencies on 170 different exchanges. All right, so that's what you're working with right now in the crypto sphere. And then you got Ethereum, $100 billion market cap on Ethereum. Very, very, very nice. Very delicious. $915.89 per Ethereum. Man, listen, I'm going to just tell y'all right now, as you know, I don't have Bitcoin. Ethereum is the one for me. Ethereum is definitely the one for me. I really like Ethereum, man. You guys, let me know which one is your top coin as far as a solid project. I'd be curious to see what you guys say, because I know there's a lot of people that's like, oh, you know, Kava or Polymath or Aave or, you know, Link and Ada, oh, $10,000 each. Let's go. Some craziness like that, right? Near $10 billion market cap on Litecoin. Pretty good. That's not bad. But okay, so let's talk about now what? Now what? We are in the midst of a bull cycle. When will it end? Where does it go? No one knows, man. What I do hope, though, which is kind of weird, but in a sense, it'll be healthy for the market for a really good bull run, right? If we want a really good bull run, excuse me, we're gonna need that pullback. We're gonna need that pullback. We're gonna need a dip. We're gonna need a nice healthy dip from Bitcoin down to around 27, 28K. A nice dip down from Ethereum to around 780, 820, somewhere around there. I gotta look at the charts. I don't have the charts in front of me, so I'm just throwing it out there based on, you know, areas from previous. Maybe even 720 or maybe even 24,000 for Ethereum and Bitcoin as places to dip. But so what now? All right, I'm thinking we get a decent pullback, a slight run from select altcoins. You know, a pullback in some Bitcoin dominance. You get a couple months of some sideways downward action of Bitcoin, some sideways upward action from select altcoins. This is just a scenario, you know, just things, ideas floating around in my head to prepare for what's to come for the market. Because when you're investing, man, even with high expectations, you must prepare for the worst. You know, prepare for the worst, and that's just all it is to it. Now, as far as the timeline, I don't know, man. We're looking at probably like December 2021 to February 2022 for this thing to really go bust. Or either it might just really take off and go bust at the end of the year like 2017. And then of course the alts and everything else take off. Yeah, same thing. You know, go crazy, bust at the end of the year, and then the alts take over for a little while and then go bust early 2022. So that's pretty much the scenarios of the market. What I don't want you guys to do is, listen, if you're getting this message late, if Bitcoin is already like 50,000, 60,000, I listen, not financial advice. We don't do that on this channel. But I don't think you guys should be buying in at that point. Not at all. So this is another thing I wanted to talk about too, right? So I did a video on this channel. Right? It was called Bitcoin hit 50K. It's right here. Bitcoin hit 50K and you didn't notice. It was a scammy wick on an exchange of a crypto pair. You can go check that video out. Thank you. Yes, I definitely prognosticated that this would be the case. We're not there yet, but I would assume that we are going to get there as far as Bitcoin going to 48, 50K based on that wick, because that long wick indicator was something, when I first started getting into trading, learning it, you know, trying to figure it out, you know, searching for tools that were going to allow me to be the most successful as I can be, and, you know, become a multimillionaire sooner rather than later, you know, not just buying and holding in DCA. You know, I understand those things are probably the best, not the best. Those things are probably the most feasible for most people, the most feasible aspect of investing in cryptocurrency. But, you know, for me, when I was first getting involved, that's the first thing I noticed, the wicks. And I would go back on some, you know, some coins and prices, and I'll be like, I'm noticing that whenever a wick within a certain cycle is a certain length on a certain time frame, the price would always retreat back to that point. More so for the long red wicks in the downward direction than so the longer green wicks in the upper direction, because the green wicks in the upper direction is more of a bullish market longer term, where if you're in a kind of like a downward sideways, the red wick, depending on the time frame, of course. But that's something that I'll dive deeper into and give more examples of on the live streams on the Patreon for those individuals. But go ahead and check that video out. I definitely went into a little bit detail about that in regards to how I started using you know, the long wicks to determine, you know, price action in the market. But let's move on. What we got here? Oh, so RD Fit for You asked me a question. Let me bring it up here. He just asked me this, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting ready to go live on here. Not live, but I'm getting ready to stream a video. Let me answer this. He says, shout out to RD Fit for You. It's my guy right there. He says, quick question. Due to the market, this topic is coming up. Curious to see your pick. Which do you think will hit first? Bitcoin 100K, Ethereum 3K, or Litecoin $300? Okay, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't expect anything from these markets. I plan accordingly, right? But this is not anything serious. So let's have some fun. I'm going to go off the technical analysis. So based off the technical analysis that I've been seeing and following while trading in the market, I'm going to say that Ethereum to 3K, even though Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum right now, because I don't even think Bitcoin is going to go to 100K this cycle. I don't think so. I don't expect, like I said, I don't expect anything, but if I was to just do a prognostication off the cuff, my determination would be that Bitcoin doesn't see 100K this cycle. I think we get slapped back down to around 9 to 12K after a run up to around 50K. And it's a slow, long road back up above 100. Or we go to around 70, 80, and it gets slapped back down to around 20, 15, 20. But that's a good question. I like that. $300 Ethereum. I mean, damn, you're only about 100% away from that. So that's not far. That's only a 1x from now at a $150 price point. Let's go take another look at Ethereum really quick. Let me move this back over here. I don't like that over there. Litecoin's current price, 151. So yeah, another $150, 100% gains, and you'll get there. And presumably, Litecoin moves pretty slow. So if you get there, it'll probably be a few months from now. But speaking of Litecoin, let me tell you, man, Litecoin has been very good to me. Litecoin had, in my opinion, as far as if you didn't have a lot of money to put into the market and you wanted to make the most out of your gains, like you would have rather made 130% on $10,000 to $15,000 as opposed to 400% or 300% on $1,000 to $2,000, something like that, right? To where you're trying to get more money in for a very good gain, or you just got a good amount in for a very good gain. So you got 2 to 4 grand, that 3x, that gets you about 6 to 10K, something like that, or whatever. And then you've got the 10 to 15K that's only got 120x. You spend more time concentrated on that one coin instead of being spread thin, and you get that big 120% gain. So I had a setup like that on, well, still kind of do, but for Litecoin. And that's something that I'm going to dive deep into on the Patreon in regards to zoning. Yes, strategy. Strategy is everything when it comes to cryptocurrency. And speaking of strategy, man, let me hit on this point as well. I see a lot of I see a lot of like, oh, we're gonna get rich, multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires in the market. Let me tell you something. You know how I do it on this channel. I'm going to tell it to you like it is. You know what I'm saying? Damon and I have very realistic, honest conversations when it comes to cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to drop a jewel for you right now. The likelihood of you getting and becoming a multi-millionaire in this cycle off of cryptocurrency is extremely unlikely. It is 90% dependent upon the capital you put in and the coin and or coins you choose. There's so many scenarios when it comes to investing in this highly speculative market that can attribute to you failing at becoming a millionaire, and very few scenarios that can attribute to you becoming a millionaire or multi-millionaire sustainably in cryptocurrency. That whole $5,000 in, $500,000 out, that time, listen, there were scenarios where that could have been. Let's talk about Band. Band last year in March, 20-something cents, ran all the way up to 17 cents. That's a scenario. But what is the likelihood that you're getting in under 40 cents and holding to the top of $17? What is the likely scenario of that? Kava is another one that was pretty good. You got 14x out of Vechain. Now, there is something that you can do to get you to that point. I'm doing it. All right. And I will be more than happy to reveal that to you guys on the Patreon. I will be putting snippets of it out on the channel down the line as we grow my gains, my wins, my losses, etc., etc. But right now, I will tell you that my win percentage is near 70%. And that 70% is low to me only because when I first got in and started trying new things in the market, I was failing because I was trying. But once I mastered my strategy and put all my ducks in a row, it's all wins from here. So that sounds condescending or arrogant, but that's not the case. Once you figure things out, it's not a matter of condescension or arrogance. It is a matter of you understanding the market to a certain level. All right, but let's move on. That'll be coming up as the channel goes on. All right, current trade setups is another thing. So all right, so pretty much early on we talked about 2 trade setups. Those are 2 things, and I wanted to give you the very special trade setup. Yes, nice transition. So all right, the 2 trade setups was Swipe and Algorand. Algorand is in profits. You're welcome. I gave that away for free. I've taken a look at a few coins. Sushi, Yearn Finance 1, Yearn Finance 2, Uniswap. Excuse me. I've taken a look at those coins, peeked at the charts and given you guys winning scenarios. I've just, here you go. There you go. Subscribe to the channel. Come on. But anyway, yeah, so I did that on the channel. But however, the one, again, maybe you don't know because you're new to the channel, but I like the scenario of, how much time I got? I like the scenario of, again, I get a lot of money in on a solid coin and I can make multiple trades and earn passive income over long periods of time using my strategy. So I am constantly in gains. Even when the price pull back, I am still, so I have my highs in price that are jumping, and my lows are just, they're not as astronomical, but they're very good jumps in lows. So I'm constantly building and earning passive income on my setups. And Algorand and Swipe wasn't that, but Algorand definitely was. So I gave you guys a scenario of Algorand of buying below 26.70, 27 cents. Not financial advice, but that was just a trade setup that I invited you guys into as far as something long term, to where you had an extended period of time, instead of dollar cost averaging, buying at multiple prices, decreasing your profit margin. I gave you the scenario where you can actually look at the charts, determine the major support, accumulate high levels at that major support for consistent gains, more profit margin. All right. So I gave you that. And that is why I push the learn basic technical analysis, even if it's outside of what you would like for your wheelhouse. If it's not something that you're attracted to, I think it's very important going forward in the future to have some technical understanding for the investment markets, because finance and all these things are changing for us. Okay, so you had the Algorand swipe, which is in profits. You guys welcome. Who knows where it's going to go? It's crypto. It may pull all the way back to that support. But again, highly speculative. There are risks to this. So, and, just making you guys aware of that, because we don't give financial advice. All right, but the swipe is, swipe still has potential, right? Particularly if you're buying at the right prices. I'm not too enthusiastic about swipe getting to $5. I wouldn't particularly hold to $5, but I think accumulating below that $4 something, and then you can get 100+% gains above 250 or whatever the case may be. Be as though the price may go up there. But another reason why you want to understand not only basic technical analysis, but how to operate and maneuver on these exchanges, so you can already have your sell orders set. And what do I mean by sell orders? You can already say, I'm selling at this price, and place your orders so they can be picked up when the price gets into that range. Therefore, you're not holding the bag for instances where, like Ethereum, where the price will shoot up 977, come all the way back down to 909. Your order was already sitting at 977 and got picked up on the way back down, or if it would have continued higher, on the way up. That is what I mean. But swipe, yes, I'm still looking at pretty much a run up from swipe. Whether it be astronomical or not, we'll have to wait until Bitcoin decides to give some leeway to the altcoins to see that determination. It did have a nice little support bounce, nothing crazy, not a reversal, but a support bounce. But it didn't break that 82 cents to give me that confidence, like I stated on the previous video. So what do we got now? We've got Zilliqa. Guys, I tried to give you guys Zilliqa. That was one of the, let me get 50 likes on the video, and Zilliqa is all yours. And look what it did. It went from the entry point that I tried to give you guys, 1.8 to 2 cents, all the way up to 9.9 cents. All right, it's pulling back now. But that was the big, you're going to get a lot of money out of this trade that I really want. It was a setup that, of course, I was in, I'm now out of. And I wanted to give you guys that as well. But yeah, so Zilliqa, and currently I'm looking for another setup like that. But because the market has already really started to move, and the majority of these coins don't fit into that criteria, there are very few coins that that's there for me right now. But I will tell you this. Okay, so I'll give you guys this. If you are this far into the video or the stream, I'm going to tell you right now, 2 coins that I'm looking at that can kind of not mimic the kind of gains that Zilliqa has, but can lead to potential more continuous passive income over the market for continued run up, as well as good gains. and that is CRV and Atom, Cosmos. All right, so those are the two I'm looking at, not definitive. You know, I'm going to look into it a little bit more. I'm already understanding of my criteria in correlation to the market cap and or the project and what it's offering and what it can't fall back on. But just want to give you guys a hint as to that. So don't be surprised if I come through and say, hey, let me get 50. If you hear me come on this channel and say, hey, let me get 50 likes on the video and I got an amazing setup for you guys. I might even throw some extra Asian zing sauce on it for you so you can get more gains than just spot price. Something that I would generally save for the Patreon. I might do that, but we'll see. So let's move on to last couple things here: Telegram group and Discord. So I know a lot of people, especially as the channel grows, will want to keep in constant contact with me. So at 750 subscribers, I'm going to do the Telegram group. I won't do the Discord until I get the Patreon and everything set up and figure out how I want to, mix the Discord and the Patreon, deliver the content in that respect for the Patreon supporters and or content, the content I want to provide for the Patreon supporters. But the Telegram group. So, you know, if you're not a new person, you're a supporter, whatever case may be of the channel, not even financially supportive, but just a supporter, you know, you always hear. Definitely want to have that Telegram group there for you guys to communicate with each other and as well to communicate with me, to keep in constant contact with me. You know, I can get the alerts on my phone. And then so another thing, the plan to get rich. You know, I touched on this a little bit earlier in the video about how everybody is getting in crypto, talking about some life-changing this and that. But to be honest with you, you have to use certain tools. You have to have a certain understanding of the market to increase your odds of actually getting rich. You know, not everybody's going to be able to do 20, 25 grand a month in gains in crypto, you know, and not everybody's going to have $50,000 to $100,000 to put into the market or understand how to use leverage and margin and different things like that to make $1 million in you know 4 to 6 month time. You know, the capital, understanding of the market and the tools available to you to make those gains is highly important, which is why I said to you guys, you don't have to be a master at this. The basic understanding is the groundwork. But in my opinion, the most important, especially with the success that I've had to this point, in my opinion, the strategy is equally paramount to the basics of learning technical analysis. All right, that's what I can give you guys. And then yeah, the Patreon's still coming at 1,000. It's still coming at 1,000 subscribers. I'm definitely gonna now, will it be live at 1,000? Probably not. I think at some point I'm gonna start compiling videos, clips, and different things like that, educational videos and clips, showing you guys how to get set up to you know, use the tools that, you know, nobody else is actually pumping out there. Nobody else is pumping these tools on a large scale. It's very minuscule at best. Probably small channels like me, maybe here and there, maybe pumping them, but none that you know, you guys will be easily able to get access to or be aware of. You know, but those tools and everything I'll be making available on the Patreon. I'll start compiling the videos and putting those things together so that is there for you. So once you purchase the Patreon, you can go right in and learn how to do the passive income and everything else. Okay, so, and then of course, you know, last but not least, questions, comments, and concern, you can let me know in the chat or down in the comment section, or hit us up on Instagram at the.dollar.tree. I am Shav. This is the Dollar Tree. And you know, if you guys watching, if you're watching it live in the premiere, shout out to you, man. I very much appreciate it. I'm probably gonna do these more often, where I'm just, you know, chatting it up, running it down with you guys. And so this is a snippet of what the kind of like the format from the live streaming that we'll be doing for the Patreon users, except I'll actually be going into the technicals. I'll have my screen up for you guys. I'll be showing my trade setups and everything that I'm doing, so you guys can mimic that if you wish. Yeah, and of course, going over news, going over new coins, going over setups, different things like that. Weekly streams, of course, going over the important aspects in order to be successful and have continued gains in the market will be offered on the Patreon. You know, it's no guarantee, like I said, that the Patreon will be up at 1,000. But, you know, me being pretty busy, I have not had the opportunity to completely finish building the studio and the setup for that. But, you know, new year, hopefully this sickness thing lightens up a little bit. You know, people get their vaccines and do what they need to do so we can get back to a realistic, sensible society and, you know, grow from there. But appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when we upload a new video. I'm Sha, this is the Dollar Tree, and I will see you guys in another video. More videos like this, definitely for the channel. Later.